experience is a huge benefit, but my experience is not your experience. And this is what I'm constantly telling my traders. My job is to transfer my experience to you. Your job is to make that experience yours. There's a very big difference. You can't trade my experience. The same way you can say, wow, here's Michael Jordan. Man, this guy played in the league, one of the best ever to walk the court, one of the best basketball players in history, if not the best. The GOAT. And he can talk to you every single day. From an experience point of view, that won't make you become an expert basketball player. Will it mean zero? Of course not. Access to Michael Jordan, his conversations, his experience, his stories, his tips, his suggestions, of course that means something, but don't think that just because you have his experience in a certain form that you can now take that and it should immediately start working for you. No, you have to take that and make it your experience. You see, you can only get the results from your own experiences. So you must first develop your own experience, and from your own experience, you start to produce. This is the strange part of growth, where you can get smarter, more intelligent, raise your level of market sophistication. No more. Your IQ is so much higher, but you're still not, your results don't really reflect that heightened IQ right away. The IQ is the knowledge part. But now you have to take the knowledge part and turn it into your experience. Knowledge will not make you a successful trader. Studying will not make you a successful trader. Part of knowledge. Is it necessary? Yes. But will it make you a trader? No. A successful one? No. You can have, in fact, you can go too far with knowledge and lose sight of the fact that, wait a minute, when are you going to start turning this knowledge into experience? This is where many feel that professors in universities go wrong, right? They have spent a lifetime in the halls of knowledge, but many of these tenured professors have never had to worry about the loss of a job and to get another one. They've never had to worry about being an entrepreneur and building from scratch and marketing, whatever. They've only taught from books and taught from theory, right? They have never left the knowledge world. Whereas the person who's gone out and built something from the ground up, zero, has the experience, okay? You put those two together and some magic can happen. So you take knowledge, you can do your professor time, put your professor time in, but don't become a tenured professor. There's a certain point where you leave the halls of knowledge and go into the world of actual play. And it is that step that starts the process of accumulating your experience, because success can only happen after your experience has been accumulated. Any success before your experience is luck. Think about it. How can it be anything else but luck? How can the person who first grabbed a basketball the first time in their life, threw it up in the air haphazardly and it goes in. That is not from experience. That's luck, and you know luck runs out. But if this person has been playing for 18 years and throws it up and it goes in, you know that's not luck. So you want the ball going in after you have become experienced. The ball going in before you become experienced is alone. And guess what? Life and the market, which is nothing more than a microcosmic version of life as a whole, doesn't like to give up the goods unless you earn them. And so all luck comes with a huge cost. Your success before you become experienced has to be paid back because it's not yours. God help you if you have some period of making good money before you're supposed to make it, before it's rightfully yours, through putting your time in to become experienced. I promise you, not only will life demand that you give it all back, it's going to take way more than it allowed you to take. This is why you find these lucky stories of people gaining and then losing more than they gained because it wasn't theirs to begin with. Look at all the lottery winners. Most lottery winners in the world will tell you the worst thing that ever happened to me was winning the lotto. They become more destitute. They lose everything. They go further behind the 8 ball before they won the lottery ticket. You know why? Luck. It wasn't theirs. You don't want to be that kind of trader who gets lucky. You want your success to come from your own experience. And this is the thing. I say it all the time. You can't cheat this. Experience takes time. This is the part nobody wants to listen to. This is why I don't have 1 million people here. Because I tell you this, it's going to take time. There's no way around it. You can't make Thursdays, I've used this analogy before, you can't make 150 Thursdays come faster. If experience equals 150 Thursdays, 150, you follow what I'm saying? I'm just using a random number. It could be thousands of Thursdays, thousands of Wednesdays, thousands of Fridays. You can't rush that. Now, everyone has a different experience tipping point. And this is what makes the game very individual in nature. I don't know where your tipping point is. Maybe you need 8 months. Maybe you need 18 months. Maybe you need 8 years. Everyone comes to the game with a different set of baggage, a different level of intelligence, a different level of education, a different emotional makeup, different psychological baggage. Some people are naturally more prone to be more disciplined. Others are more renegade and hate following rules. All of these factors come in to make you unique and different. So you might have to do some house cleaning before you can start making progress. Another person doesn't have that much house cleaning to do. So it's all different. There's no set formula. I wish it were. But there is a set formula for giving you what you need to go to work with. And I believe I figured that out. All right. So people put music in the car. I put Oliver's videos in the car. Oh, but be safe, please. You can just listen. All right, guys, look. I hope you continue to find these brief talks that we have valuable. I've got 2 responsibilities here, especially if you're one of my traders, right? Responsibility number 1, transfer my experience to you, my knowledge to you, okay? Responsibility number 2, keep you motivated so that you don't quit before you reach your experience tipping point. Now, I'm not always successful at that, but those are the two things that drive everything I do here and in other places. I'm always trying to hit those two bullseyes. How can I better transfer what I know? And how do I keep people in the game long enough without quitting, without getting depressed, without giving up? How can I keep them at it long enough, going through all the difficult times until that fateful day, boom, there's my tipping point right there, point of no return. And that's what I do here. Many people say, Oliver, why are you so free with your knowledge? Because the sharing of my knowledge is, first of all, it doesn't cost me anything. All right, if I have $100 and I share $50, I'm down $50. But if I share my knowledge, I'm down nothing. That's number one. Number two, just knowing what to do is not a guarantee that you're going to do it. It's no loss to me, but it's also not necessarily an absolute gain for you either. But it doesn't hurt me to share. It can only help at the end of the day anyway. So it takes your part to make my part helpful for you. So I can share, but you've got to do. The doing is the taking of what I share and turning it into yours. As long as it remains mine, it can't serve you. You can't play Michael Jordan's experience on the court. He can share it with you, but it doesn't go with you until you take what he's taught you and you've played with it long enough where now you do it naturally. You do some things now. That's now your experience, and you can only get the results of where you are with your experience right now. And don't confuse time with experience. These are two different things. There are people who are playing the markets for 20 years and haven't started building their experience yet, not a single day. They're going backwards instead. I'm not talking about time. Experience is more than time.